What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we are going to be going over news that we just got from Binance in regards to the 1.2% burn that we are seeing on Luna Classic, or hopefully seeing from Luna Classic. Now, this has a lot of information in it just in terms of, opinion, and so this is going to be a lot less technical analysis based and more specifically focused towards, the behind the scenes, the fundamentals, okay? So with that said, let's jump straight into this Twitter thread and see what all is going on. Well, CZ went out and said that a small few, if you don't force a 1.2% tax on all your users, you are centralized and greedy. He says that he believes the opposite, that forcing a tax is centralized and a high tax is greedy. They protect their users and they let their users choose, and that they are firm on this principle. He said he is expecting to get some attacks for this, but that they must stay transparent, involved, and open with their approach. Now, there's two replies that he gave here that I believe are important. This guy said that the community voted twice and it passed. CZ said, we are letting our users vote for it. Move your Luna Classic to Binance. That's kind of funny, he says that, to participate. Otherwise, it feels a bit like letting citizens of one country vote for taxes in a different country. No. Now, that's going to be important. We're going to go back to that. Now, someone also said, Terra said, very true. Crypto is about free markets and reducing barriers. With Terra Classic, low-value clients are trying to mandate a tax on every whale trader for their own selfish benefit. Frankly, it's pathetic and greedy. They should focus on burning on their own chain. CZ went forward to say they don't realize it won't work. Whales are not going to trade with 1.2% tax. Let's talk about this. So, okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Okay, I do believe that there's value on every side. Okay, I'm going to be honest there. I do believe that the Luna Classic community is right to a sense, and I believe that CZ is right in a sense. And I feel like, I'm going to get some hate for saying CZ is right in a sense. I don't care. You guys know I'm just going to say whatever I think is right. So, let's break this down. So, in the sense that, let's start first and foremost with him specifically just saying that forcing a tax is centralized and greedy. I do agree with that, okay? I think that, yes, we did see the votes passing, on chain, right? I think we saw, whenever it comes to the Terra protocol, that it did pass. So that's good, right? That on chain is happening. But whenever it comes to these exchanges, you can't just try to force them to do something, right? Of course, some are going to do it because it's great publicity for them. You see some of these other exchanges wanting to implement that tax because, again, that's good for them. That's good. It's good notoriety. Of course, that's going to bring a lot of volume in from the Luna Classic community. People are going to be excited to use that exchange because they're implementing a burn. And obviously, that's going to bring them some publicity. But at the end of the day, you can't force them to do it, because what it is at the end of the day is our own selfish personal, benefit, right? I mean, that's just what it is. We want to see this burn be implemented in order to reduce some of the supply, as that reduces the supply that makes the price go up. That's just kind of simple, nature of this whole thing. And of course, as we did see what happened earlier this year, the biggest issue right now is the supply. So fixing the supply fixes the price. We fix the price, we all make money. So at the end of the day, of course, you can say, well, no, it's just to make the supply go down. Well, realistically, we all want to see the price go up, and bringing the supply down is the way to do it. So considering that is going to just be beneficial to us, yeah, sure, there is selfish benefit, but if we're going to be dead ass honest here, it's benefit to everyone who trades Luna Classic. And that's the thing that I feel like he's missing here, is like, implementing a 1.2% burn tax is greedy. Yeah, sure, it may be, but even those same people who don't want it don't understand, or probably do understand but just don't care, that this is something that is mutually beneficial to everyone within this Luna Classic space. That's what I don't understand. Like, sure, you might lose 1.2%, but if we can reduce this supply by 50, what are those percentage gains that we're making in regard to that? That's the big thing, right? If Binance came out right now and said that they were going to implement this tax, this thing would go up 100, 200, 300%. That 1% you lose wouldn't be that big of a deal. So that's kind of where I draw the line. And so what he goes on to say is, he says that, we're going to let our community vote. I do agree with this. And this is where I believe that there is value and truth in what he says. I think just because KuCoin says that they're going to do it doesn't mean Binance has to, right? That's not crypto. And we all know that's not crypto. That's not how crypto works. Crypto is a decentralized, as much as possible, world. And so trying to say, oh, they did it, so we have to do it, that starts to teeter on some weird lines. And we don't need to do that, okay? If this is going to be something extremely beneficial for Luna Classic, and to the point that it is more beneficial than not, we will see the community continuously voting on Binance to make this happen, right? But we cannot try to force them to do it or attack them into doing it, because then that becomes toxic, and toxicity is one of the most unattractive things in crypto. You guys remember, I'm not going to try to piss anyone off, but I have a tendency to do it. when SafeMoon was, it was at its peak, I was still talking about it. Everyone was talking about it, and Binance wasn't listing them. And we were trying to, I'm not going to say we, but the community was being so toxic about it and like attacking Binance and consistently doing it. And what did they do? They didn't do it, right? Because toxicity is unattractive, right? So what we need to do is just be realistic here. If this is going to happen, it's going to happen through decentralization, governance, and voting, okay? And so what I would highly suggest, don't go on there pissing him off or trying to be disrespectful. They don't need Luna Classic, and that's something people need to understand. They don't need them. But if this is something that will be beneficial to everyone involved, we will see the votes and the governance go through. And if not, it is what it is, okay? Because I do agree that forcing a tax on everyone isn't something we should do. I just don't think that should happen. You should not force it on everyone, because at the end of the day, that's not crypto. Crypto is not a game of, oh, let's just force people to do things because we think it's beneficial. Well, they don't think it's beneficial, so maybe they don't have to be a part of it. Now, something to also understand is this. Even if Binance doesn't do it, right? Or let's say they do it. Let's say Binance goes and implements the tax. There will always be that one exchange that won't. There always will be. You cannot force them all to do it. There will always be that one exchange to do it, so they can be the ones who tell those whales, hey, you don't want to lose 1.2% of your money? Ride that wave of all these other exchanges implementing these burns and come over to us and sell it with no burn, because all they care about is trading volume. That's all they care about. Trading volume at the end of the day. They get trading volume, they pay their fees, they make their fees from those trades, and boom, they make money. They don't really give a shit whatever else happens, right? So understand this is that, again, not everyone is going to do it, and not everyone has to do it. Would Binance be a fantastic option? Yes, but the people who want to see this burn implemented, the people who want to see these supply burns, understand that they could be transferring and stop trading on Binance. They could go to other exchanges, but they're actively choosing not to. And that's something we all have to understand, is those people are still actively choosing to not trade on a platform that doesn't have the tax, and they're doing it for a reason, okay? So if it is going to be implemented, it has to be through governance, it has to be through decentralization, it has to be through voting, not toxicity, not being, mean, not trying to attack anyone. That's not going to be the way to do it. Now, whenever he says the whales will not, the whales won't trade with 1.2%, I don't agree with that last part, because I do believe there are many whales who have come out and said, again, understand something. If they have $2 million in it, it goes up to $5 million. They're not worried about paying a $50,000 tax. That's not that big of a deal, because they've still made millions of dollars. That's not the big deal here. So at the end of the day, I think that it's all a matter of opinion, and no one's opinion is factual, and that's just the truth of it all. And so for that reason, the biggest thing that we can do is continue our efforts through governance and decentralization, continue voting, continue rallying up the community to do positive things, allow some of these other exchanges to give options for the burn to be implemented, and then go forward with that. Again, remember, this is still a Hail Mary. Luna Classic is still a Hail Mary. There is no guarantee that this thing will succeed, and there is no reason that it has to succeed. But if we can continue pushing forward as a community in a positive way, I do believe that's where we can see extreme benefit, especially when it comes to these different exchanges, okay? So overall, guys, the best thing we can do at this point is understand that they are not going to be forced into anything. That's one thing we do know. But what we can do, continue rallying the troops, allow people to want to go forward, get some governance. And guys, if they don't want to do it, make people understand, well, if you're that worried about them having a burn because the volume is so high, tell the people who are trading such high volume to go to an exchange with the burn implemented. It's really that simple. Okay, so for that reason, that's going to be it about, just what's going on. I just wanted to give my opinion. I like to try to be a voice of rationality. Even if I annoy some people, I don't really care that much. I just think it's important to be rational in these times. Okay, so with that said, guys, that's going to be about it for today's little quick update. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all next time. Peace.